All right. I want to say this is the second time I seen this movie. I don't remember it much, but I thought it was freaking great. I thought it was
Okay.
brilliant. I don't know
Oh,
about you.
this is the first time I saw it.
Mm.
That was awesome too.
It was awesome, right?
I'm not gonna say it was like the greatest thing. It was not
No,
the greatest thing,
but it
but
was really good.
the thing I think if we watch it again, I don't know how long will this last. But the thing is, I'm gonna say this is great because it's a continuation of Prometheus.
Yes.
The
Even
only
though
I do have a problem with
when
this.
you say continuation, it's still like 10 years after the.
Yeah, it's 10
Yeah.
years later, but I mean, not all the alien stories continue the other story, you know?
Yeah. Yep.
I mean,
Well, they
so this
kind of
one's
continue. Like
kind of, but
Aliens
like
is Aliens is continuation of the first one, and
the
the three is
three,
still a continuation from the
the
last
fourth
one.
one, it's got like a character that's just been, they're like, hey, let's try to pick this up and make another three, but they couldn't.
Mm.
So there may be a three of this one.
Well,
Yeah,
this was still under Fox
well,
when this
yeah,
came
but
out.
still,
When did this come out?
but here, let's put it this way:
2017, right?
this movie's the
Yeah.
first movie is called Prometheus,
Yep.
which actually is the name of the ship.
Yep.
This one's called Covenant,
Covenant, and which is the name of
which
this
is the
ship.
name of the ship.
Yep.
The next one's Romulus, right?
Yes. Yeah. The
Is
next
that the
one's
name of
Romulus.
is that the name of the ship?
I don't know, but it's between the events of
You see the
Alien and
trailer of it?
Aliens. Yeah, it's in the
You seen the
trailer of
trailer
it.
for it? Okay. I think
Yes,
it's
I
the
have.
name of a ship too.
I think so too, and I think it's about the whoever's coming from, like they put in their more colonists to their planet on aliens
Well,
because
I
it's
think it's
the
back. I think
event.
it's finally getting back to aliens.
Yeah, going
I mean, the
to
whole point of
aliens.
aliens is people get stuck on a ship with something that wants to kill them.
So it's kind of like Jurassic Park in a way, if you think about it. Like every Jurassic Park, right? It's kind of like what Jeff Goldblum said. Like that's how it always starts. Like ooh, ah, and there's a lot of running, there's a lot of screaming. I always remember
Well,
that line from Jurassic Park. Like
okay. Well, then I
that
guess
always
that
fits into everyone. And aliens, right? First it's like, oh yeah, let's do this, and then like, oh my god, we're gonna die.
yeah. Now this one I actually like this one. This one started off a little bit faster.
It did, right? Like you know, it's really
Plus it has
crazy.
plus it had Denny McBride in it, so I mean
So
you're automatically go,
I want to talk
ooh,
about that, but first, the captain died of the ship, so the chain of command is already confused, right?
yeah,
And then you find out the captain that died because you could hardly see his face because he was in the hypersleep.
yeah, 'cause he
It's
got
James
burned.
Franco,
Well, James Franco was supposed to be the captain.
right? But then I'm
I
I'm,
didn't,
I'm saying
I
like,
don't think I don't think it had showed enough scenes to even make it into there that there was ever Franco ever showed up on set, except for two
except for
rock
that
climbers.
footage, yeah. To show that footage, I think it's one like you know how we talk about horror movies like rules, right? You know, you kill off one of the like 2017. You know, James Franco was pretty famous by that time.
Yeah, but the problem is though, you never saw enough of it to know that was James Franco. Anyways, you know,
I
you didn't know if James Franco died. It was
no,
until after he died you go, oh, that's James
yeah,
Franco.
it's the footage. You're like, whoa, that's really weird because you're right.
It's just funny
I
because a
never
lot of
seen
people
that
watch it and
before.
go, a lot of people watch it probably going, yay, you know, because he's not that famous now. He might
No,
come back. You never
no,
know.
I'm talking about just at 2017 though. You know,
Yeah. Well, he probably just did it as a
but
favor to somebody.
like I didn't even think he was even credited. Right? Let's
Maybe he
see.
wasn't.
No, that's why I was like, it just taken off. Like, whoa, what just happened? Like, he didn't even have to show up on set. He could just shoot like
Well,
a regular
here's the
video.
thing. Here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a surprise to us. Okay, and it wasn't that big a surprise to me. I was just like, oh, that's James Franco, yay, boom. But
Or
anyways,
whatever. Yeah.
but we didn't think this was going to continue the story. Did you think this was going to continue for Prometheus? Was going to pick it up?
I didn't think so because I forgot what
I
it
didn't
was,
either.
right? Because you know, from the beginning, they didn't talk about Prometheus. They didn't talk about anything. It wasn't until they landed on that remote planet, like they didn't even
Yeah,
think they're gonna. And then it's like that thing, like it's kind of like Sunshine, right? Like,
yeah,
did we go to that thing? But then,
yeah. Oh, yeah. It was exactly like Sunshine
yeah,
right there
it's
because
like,
you know only one person's like, hey, let's don't do this, and the
yeah,
rest of
let's
everybody's like,
not
yeah,
do
we're going to
this.
do it. We're going to do this. But that lady's like, hey, I'm going to tell you, this is a bad idea.
But
And guess what? It was a bad.
yeah, but then at the same time, right? Let's just say it's because we don't know. Let's just say none of us know the like. Obviously, the crew doesn't know the story, but then the reading and the the scientific research is like, hey, this look habitable. Let's check it out.
Yeah. Well, also, I was thinking though, how did they miss this planet?
Yeah, I was curious about that too. I was like, how did they miss this
How did they
planet?
miss this planet? Yeah.
How
How
did
did they?
they?
Well, I guess maybe there's a cloaking device or something on it.
Oh, that's
Now, I'm
interesting.
not
So
saying that. I'm not gonna go
no,
that
no, oh
far,
yeah, yeah.
but
I mean, like
they're advanced people. Maybe they're supposed to have been advanced people, but
these are the planet of the where the engineers are
maybe
from,
there's a way to hide. But the thing is,
right? Hold
there
on,
is so much
before
in
you go on,
space.
like this is the planet
This
where
is
the engineers were from.
Well,
Those
this is one of the
one of
planets
the
for the
planets.
engineers. We think, I guess they went to go to the home planet, but we don't know this is the home
Yeah,
planet.
we don't know it's a home planet.
We don't know how far these people are spread out either.
No, this.
Because I mean, these people are apparently be going out traveling the universe, making new life for hundreds, thousands, billions of years. Because you got to think they went and created humans. So if they created humans, then that's already billions of years that that's this planet's house. And you got to think this is only 10 years that they find the homeworld of the founders.
Okay, so let me ask you a
And
question.
that's just as good as the homeworld found the founders looks. It looks so simple and primitive.
See, I have no idea. I thought like when David first arrived to this planet, right? He killed them with that disease, but
Oh, yeah,
none of them transform into those alien beings.
they had stuff ripping out of them.
Oh, okay. But
I
then
thought he
where did
did.
those
I thought
things
it showed.
go?
I don't know if it had a lot. He probably killed a lot of it. Maybe it wasn't a lot. It looked like something was ripping out some of those. The rest of them were just dying.
Or maybe it wasn't compatible.
But you got to think there was a whole bunch of stuff on that planet because he was messing with it.
Yeah, David was
You
doing
remember when
experiments.
you go in that room, he has drawings of everything he ever did.
Yes. So
So
it's
some of it, he must have had some creatures. They probably just weren't as violent
so
as the ones he created.
yeah, see, I was gonna say, so it's safe to say David is the creator of the alien creature. Like
David is the creator of the aliens creature,
the
and the whole reason
engineer started
and
it,
the
and David
yeah,
evolutionized it, right?
no, the engineers didn't even start it. Remember, they just had the stuff. David started all of it
Oh, so David
because remember,
created something.
David, yeah, because most of it was probably just a poison. Because remember, it killed all those people on that planet, that other planet
All the
in
engineers,
Prometheus.
yeah,
It killed all the engineers. He found one,
yeah.
but it wasn't really. He didn't do nothing to that engineer. He did something to a human. Something come out of the human. But no, yeah, it did something to a human. And then of course one human impregnated another human, and so something was made there. And then you had the little alien come out. You had that little twin tentacle thing come out,
Hmm.
and then it mixed with the founder, and then you got an alien on that planet. So now there's a planet wherever the Prometheus crashed. So there's a planet with an alien on,
Oh yeah, yes, yes, yes.
but not the one.
I thought they killed it at the end of the last one.
No, I was still running around.
Oh, at the end.
The very end,
At
you
the
still
very
got
end, when the last engineer before
yeah,
Shaw, because
yeah,
Shaw and David left, and then
yeah.
the alien was
They
still
left,
on board.
and they left one
Yeah,
alien.
the alien was still on board. Yes.
Well, they left it on that planet.
Yeah, they left it on that. But yeah, they left it on the planet on board.
So
Oh, that's right.
either the alien either just dies off or it somehow shows up again. But it's not the exact same.
No, it's not the exact same what we
It's not the
see.
same one that we seen in Aliens.
No,
Yet.
because
The
that
ones
was
from Aliens.
that was more evolved from the engineer and that, so it's a different one.
Yeah,
It's a different
yeah, that
breed,
one's from
yeah.
an engineer. Yeah, these ones, because you got to see the ones on this planet. When he lands on the planet, he didn't engineer the first two that killed the humans.
Yes.
They were accidental because you remember they come through a little pod, go in a little spray deal,
Yeah,
which
like
seems
a
more efficient. Which
airborne.
actually seems more
Efficient
than
than the face hugger, yeah.
But the thing is, all these were blind,
Oh, that's right. They were blind.
and they didn't really have any intelligence. They were just like dogs.
Yeah. And I
Because the
like
other aliens, the aliens that come out, the humans are more intelligent.
so two things I want to say. First, because our last show, like, hey, don't trust androids, right? And after seeing Aaron Covenant, don't trust androids at all. Don't build robots. Don't build AI. Don't build nothing. Because
Yeah.
in the beginning of this movie, what's his face comes up? Guy Pearce comes back. So that's why, like,
Well, it showed a beginning. Yeah, the
Showed the
beginning starts
beginning.
off with us when they made David.
yeah, but like that scene from Alien Covenant is even way before Prometheus.
Yeah, and then
Just
of
to
course
show you David.
then of course you think you're seeing David again, but it turns out it's just Walter.
Is a Walter. Yeah, dude. I thought Michael Fassbender, his playing two different roles in the same movie was excellent.
Yeah. Well, here's what it reminds me of. And of course, you don't know it because you ain't seen it.
Okay.
It reminds me of Data and Lore from Star Trek Next Generation.
Really?
Data and
Is
Lore. You know
is
who
it
they
play-
are?
Is it played by the same actor? No.
Always played by exactly the same actor.
Oh, okay.
Lore is actually the first, but you know who Data is.
Yeah, I know who they do.
You got Data. He's just a robot. He doesn't have feelings. He can't
Mhm.
feel anything. So he wants to be more human. Lore, turns out Lore was built first before Data. He was given emotions, and he is the evil one. He's realized
Oh,
mankind's nothing. He can do whatever he wants with them
wow.
because he has feelings, and he's realized I could be their god.
That's what David is like.
That's
David is
exactly
exactly like
what
he could.
David
He
is exactly like Laura because see Walter is the second one. They
yeah.
got
Oh,
rid of the feelings because they realized that David could be evil.
so
David could
this
have a
is
problem.
so every
And it's
time
not
we
just David. You got to think there's hundreds on Earth. There was already several types of models of David.
yeah, yeah.
They probably already had problems with all of them, had to put them down or destroy them.
So it's kind of like Blade Runner.
This is very much like Blade Runner, which is interesting since it's the same director.
Oh, right. That's yes, Ridley Scott.
So this could be the Blade Runner universe in a way.
It
It's
can
not
be. It's not
because the
because
technology looks better and the time and stuff, but it could be. They could actually say, "Hey, this comes from the Blade Runner." Earth
Wayland,
looks
yeah,
like
like
because
Wayland's different branch, yeah.
they've never showed us because they've never shown us Earth really. We only
No,
seen like what a moon base on the first movie.
yeah.
Was it on Earth or was it in space?
You know what? I don't
But
remember.
she does go back, but we don't really ever see Earth,
You know what?
so
I
we don't
really
know what
like
Earth
the
looks like.
Alien franchise. I
Well,
really love this
I do
franchise.
now. I do now. I didn't. I mean, if I had to base it on the first ones I saw, I mean, I thought Sigourney Weaver was awesome and it was
Sigourney Weaver
cool.
is awesome.
But the problem is I didn't see it when I was younger. I saw it when I
Yeah,
was older,
you
and
was
I was
older,
already
yeah.
like, eh.
So you're saying
But with
like
these two movies,
with these two are made for
movies,
the better or
yeah,
older generation, even though still written by like done by
yeah,
told by Ridley Scott.
yeah, and I'm sure there's a lot of Alien fans who go, "Oh, I don't like this, I don't like that." Well, that's okay, cool,
You know what? I asked my cousin, right? Because last week we talked about Prometheus, and I was
yeah,
like, hey, you know what? My cousin Jimmy is the one that got me watching this series when I was young. So I asked him, like, hey,
yeah.
did you see the new Alien trailer? He's like, no. So from what I read, it's between the events of the first Alien movie and Alien. So I'm assuming it's this thing carrying the whatever, right? And he's like, whoa, that looks good. So I asked him, like, hey, did you see Prometheus and Alien Covenant? He's like, yeah, man, those are really good. I'm like, oh yeah, they are.
Okay.
So even though like
Well, it's hard to say because you see the chat. I thought the chat of people, oh, people really crushed, made it sound like Covenant was going to be horrible.
see, I
And I
thought I
read that,
got
I
that
read several,
too.
and then I watched it, and I thought, I don't know what these people are talking about, man.
See, so I watched this one time, and this is my second time watching it. First of all, you told me like you thought hold on, Danny McBride was in the first one, which he wasn't. It was in this one. I don't remember that at all, and also I don't know why, but the second time watching it, right, it feels like I didn't think I had the same feeling as first time because like based on what you said, like
Maybe you were busy or so.
it's either I'm busy or like from what you said, like people said that like oh the second one was not as good as the first one. I thought these two were pretty even. Like the first one is the one that sets up the
I'd say they're
second
even.
one. Oh yeah, they're very even.
Yeah,
They're both are
yeah, I think
equally
they're
good.
pretty good.
It's not like hey the first one was good, but the second one's better.
Well,
They're both very equally good.
I really think you have to watch both of these.
No, yes you do.
Well,
To,
let's put it this way: here's something we most definitely can agree on. You better watch Prometheus before you see this one.
oh, definitely because it sets up the character of David.
Yeah, otherwise you won't know what happened.
Yeah, you won't know what happened. Like, and
And
you know
plus,
why they went to this planet.
plus, you always wonder what happened to Shaw. Well, he killed Shaw.
She killed Shaw. Yes,
Yeah, that's the
you were
sad thing.
asking
Yeah,
about that last one. Like, yeah,
yeah.
I don't know
Remember,
what
he
happened.
just showed her body. Yeah, he just showed her body. He just preserved it.
Yeah, he did. So that's one thing I want to get confirmation with you. So from what I saw, right, looks like David needs a female human to create the queen. That's what he's looking for,
He
right?
must have.
Because
Well, he probably didn't.
He
He
wanted
probably didn't know
Shaw.
that. He probably didn't know that at that point in
No, he
time.
doesn't know, but I think he wants
But he
a
already
female
knows.
host.
But he already knows what he got from Shaw the last time he mixed up.
Yeah.
So he probably mixed up more,
Ooh.
and he probably kept her alive. He probably kept her alive and just kept mixing them.
Like keeping Shaw alive.
Yeah, he probably kept Shaw alive for a while until they finally killed her.
Here's one downfall I see. Like the only plot hole I see that's not even in the movie, right? It's just between Prometheus and this one is that Shaw should never build David a body to begin with.
But she repaired him.
Yeah, she repaired him, but like, hey, you know what? I'm just gave you a torso, no limbs, that's it.
I don't understand.
Because like, I feel like if I
She
was
took
Shaw,
that.
right,
She took both bodies. She took the body. Yeah, you're saying you wouldn't have rebuilt it.
I wouldn't have rebuilt David. That's what I'm trying to say.
She did rebuild David.
I know, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, if she wouldn't have rebuilt David, right? Like, I'm gonna go on the path where like, hey, I'm not gonna trust this android anymore
Yeah.
because
Well,
he's
she
trying to
still had
kill
that
us.
body, but she still had that body of his walking around doing the stuff. He was
Yeah.
bumping into stuff, but he still.
So it's just
I mean, it
basically
was a matter of time.
she put the head back on the body.
Yeah, he probably told her how to fix everything.
Yeah, I guess in a
Yeah,
way.
the only thing that bothers me about the movie is David
Ooh.
survives. It doesn't really bother me that much, but the problem is at the time period and the time it would have took him to take all of Walter's clothes and cut his hand off
Oh
would
yeah,
have been too long. He just like all just like he did like that,
yeah. And then
you
they
know?
kept you thinking he was Walter for a while when they were trying to trap that
Yeah, but
thing.
you already know that's David.
Yeah. Yeah. See, I was thinking
That's the
that
thing,
too.
because the way the stories go, I mean, it is still kind of predictable. Because
Yeah.
we've already seen what this is the sixth
This
aliens
is
movie.
sixth alien movie.
So if you can't predict what's going to happen, and plus you got a lot of time to
Hey,
go left.
that part is very Alien 3. That part right there where they're trying to trap it in the way with the tunnels,
Yeah,
that's in Alien 3.
yeah. There's
That
a
was a
lot of stuff, but you knew at the very end it was because they keep trying to tease you. They wanted you to not trust Walter, but then it turns out it's David. Then the only thing is, I thought they could have ended David right there. The movie would have been better to me if they would have just he would have actually Walter would have killed David, and it
interesting.
just. But the problem is, here's the
If
thing though,
Walter
how you
killed
know it's
David,
David for sure.
I don't know.
Well, because it could have ended the story, but the problem is they can't really do that. I'll tell you why they can't do that now. Why they had to be David at the end
Okay.
of the movie?
No, go ahead.
Because
Tell me.
because the two surviving humans.
Yep.
So I feel sorry you don't want to take a shower on a ship and do sex scenes because you'll die. Like in all horror movies, never, never.
Yep.
But anyways, so there's only two humans left. Well, other than the cargo humans,
Yeah.
you got you got the two humans left, and they kill the last alien because you know there's going to be a chest buster. So
Yep.
you're thinking, oh, this chest buster going to get out, and that's how it gets affects the colony. But no, they killed the chest buster alien. So there's got to be a way for the aliens to show up. How those aliens get spread out all over the galaxy.
Oh.
So David has to be there.
Yeah, I think David has to. Yeah, that makes sense too. And at the same time, like because David's ultimate goal is to get a female host. So even if that one dies, right, he doesn't really care for it because his ultimate goal is the colonists. That's
Yeah,
on
well,
that ship.
he doesn't even need a female host now.
No, he has so much to
Just got
pick
those.
from.
Because remember all those emperors?
Yep.
No, he doesn't need any of the humans.
I thought he needs the
No, he don't need them
see I
now.
so what I think is the embryos is just the egg part. Like he wants it to evolve with the humans to create a whole new species of these xenophobes.
Yeah, but see, those are almost full embryos. They're not
Ah.
like the embryos that they implant in somebody.
Oh, I thought he just needed that because he called that ship now
He
it's an
could.
alien covenant.
He may just kept putting them. He may
I
just keep putting them in those people's
I thought
bodies.
the
Who
ending
knows?
was the whole movie title. It was the covenant, but now it's alien covenant. Oh, it was just so good. Like, you know what? The other thing why I know this movie is so good, right? Because at the end, the bad guy wins. Remember,
Yeah.
we could count only like a handful of times, like Empire Strikes Back,
Well,
the
I wouldn't say
Infinity
this is
War.
what made it. This is not what made it good.
No, no, no. This is not what made it good. But the movie is always a lot better to me when the bad guy wins at the end.
Yeah.
Because now
Yeah.
it's kind of like, okay, it's kind of like Infinity War and Empire Strikes Back, right? Where's the Return of the Jedi and Endgame for the Alien Covenant movie?
Okay.
Because
Well,
they never had a third one in this series.
All right. Well, it doesn't really matter since the next movie doesn't pick up anywhere in this time.
I know it's starting. It's kind of like, would you call it a reboot or still a
But
continuation?
doesn't the bad guys kind of win all the time?
Well, how do you mean?
You can't say the bad guys really won because the bad guys kind of do win. Because in the aliens, you think she killed it all, but no, they're still there.
Oh,
They
in
keep
that
that.
sense,
They keep all the movies that they keep dragging. They keep bringing that alien with them. So,
well, in Alien 3, they finally killed it, like, but
we
then
think they did.
only brought it back because of resurrection.
Yeah, but you got to think though. There's probably still aliens out there on
You know
other
what? You're
planets
right. There's probably
because you
still
already
aliens out
know
there.
from this movie, we already know there's an alien on one planet, the Prometheus
Yeah,
planet.
the Prometheus planet. Yep.
If it survives by the time colonists, because somebody's probably liable to land there.
Yeah.
You should try to settle that planet.
You know what's really funny? It's like every one of these movies, they're trying to get rid of this species, right?
Well, here's the question though.
You can't get rid of it.
So this planet the colonies are going to. Does it pop up in Aliens again? Is that the planet, one of those planets the colonist Marines land on, or?
I don't know. I don't know where they were going. They didn't ever say where they're going,
Oh, they
right?
did say, they kept saying the
Oh,
planet's name several times. Yeah, they
oh.
said the planet's name several times.
See,
Is
I
it the
can't
planet
remember.
is it that planet they land on in the first Aliens movie?
Oh no! You talk about Aliens, the James Cameron
I'm
one, not
talking
the.
about Alien. No, I'm talking about Alien.
Okay, so Alien. So after this movie, right? I went ahead and watched a little bit of Alien. They weren't going home. They were just getting some kind of resource to take it back to Earth. That was it.
What planet did they land on where they
Oh,
found all the face huggers?
I don't know.
Is that the same planet that Covenant went to?
Oh,
Because
we were
remember, he's the
going
one that
to.
made
I
he
don't
made
know.
face huggers. He made the little pods of face huggers.
I
They
don't
go to that
know.
planet. Is that the same planet? We need to look that up and see.
We should look that up and see. Okay, hold on. So I have Wikipedia up. Let's see where they were going.
Yeah.
So it's
What
actually
planet would they go?
11 years after the ship Covenant, 7 years from reaching planet Orgel 6.
Yeah, that's where they're headed.
So let me
So is
look at
that where the
let
so
me
is that
look
where
at
they land?
let me look at Aliens, the second movie. Aliens. There we go. Let's see where the colonists are. That would be pretty cool. All right.
Yeah, though in that first Alien movie though they find a spaceship, so it can't be.
Oh, it's Elfie 426.
Okay, but don't they find an alien? Don't they find the engineers on the first movie?
I don't think so. They found the engineer moved to that, like went to that planet where Prometheus was to do the testing, like the
Okay.
lab. But I don't think it named
No,
that planet.
we seen the engineers before in the first Alien movie.
The first one, you talk about the Ridley Scott one.
Yes,
We've seen the engineers in that movie.
we seen the engineers sitting in the deal.
Wait,
This is not the first time we've seen the engineers in the Alien franchise.
are you sure?
Yeah, I'm positive. The engineers have made a long time ago. The spaceship and everything. We've seen the spaceship and the engineer in the first Alien movie.
The first Alien movie. Well, I don't remember if that was. I
It
don't.
is in
I don't
there. It's
remember.
okay. It's there. It's in there.
Yeah, I don't. I just don't remember.
Okay, well, you need to watch it again.
Oh, you know what? Hold on.
That's a shame because I've only seen the first Alien movie once.
Yeah, I want to say when the first
It
Alien
is in
movie
there.
stopped by something, right? I don't know what planet they went to. Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, they stopped and they found it. They found a spaceship, and they found a founder sitting in the gun seat or that thing that looks like a giant gun, but it's actually where he flies.
Let's see. Commercial Ripley. Let's see. Discovery chamber
So,
containing.
so the question
Oh,
is,
they did. They did stop by
so,
that place.
so why is those pods there? If David made the pods,
Oh, you know what would connect it for me if David was in the background when the first Alien movie was there. You know.
well,
Wow.
by the time we watch these, nobody looks like David anymore.
Yeah.
None of the robots do.
So did you like how David, when he first met the other Walter, right? He started cutting his hair immediately. Like
Yeah,
his.
well, you already know what he's gonna do. I mean,
Yeah,
seriously, he goes, "I'm gonna make myself," because he made himself look exactly like Walter.
he did. With the haircut, with the dye and everything.
Yeah, because he's really getting ready to take his place. Because he
Oh.
kept asking him, it's like, "So how many colonists do you got?" I
Yep.
would have told him. I would have been like, "You're a robot. You're not supposed to be asking
Like,
questions like that."
why do you care?
Yeah. Why do you want to know?
Did you think that was David immediately when he was the one who saved them?
Yep. Yep. Soon as he shows up with that cloak, you know it's him.
Yeah, I
You
think
know,
so because I remember David being in this movie.
yeah. No, as soon as he pops up, I already know who it is.
So
I was like, yeah, because I knew that's Michael Fassbender. And plus, you also know the founders are here because you know why? When they go through the wheat field, they go, "Oh, this is wheat." I've seen this before. I was thinking, I've seen wheat before too. It's not that big.
So
It is that wheat was huge, dude.
I know nothing about wheat speak, so I don't know about the vegetation on that planet. Maybe that's why wheat was different. But the other thing interesting to me was
But let me put it this way: if
okay.
humans were growing wheat that big, it could do them any good.
Oh, well, I mean I don't know nothing about that, so I couldn't comment. The thing I wanted to point out was in Prometheus and Alien Covenant, the first two people that died were white. Now in Prometheus, there was black people, Hispanics, and Chinese person in there.
Okay.
But on Alien Covenant, was there another person that's not white in this movie? Let's see. Let me see who's in it. Starring Michael Fassbender. Okay, and like Billy
Oh,
cut up.
okay, we're doing a race thing, I
No,
guess.
no,
All right,
I'm just. I thought it
yeah,
was.
yeah. That's
I
just
thought
not
it
the
was
race
just
thing you would do.
crazy that they did that. Like I noticed something like that because I'm a minority, so I was like, huh, I'm interested that they didn't kill Idris Elba or like Wong in the first one, but then it's the
Didn't they? Didn't they? Oh yeah, well he crashed into the deal. Though.
yeah, but then on this one it's two white guys too, which was because like the whole team was mostly
Well, the
white.
first military guys, yeah.
Yeah, and then I forgot Billy was how do you pronounce his name? Billy Crudup was in this movie too,
Yeah,
and he played that like
he played the captain, the reluctant captain.
yeah the reluctant captain, the second in command until
He's pretty good act. He's a pretty good actor
oh he's a
because
very good actor.
he's always different.
And
I mean,
who did they make? Catherine
he almost
Waterson.
change it.
Daniels. I
Yeah,
love that
Daniels.
she was a third in command, and Danny McBride's like, does that mean that you call you captain now? She's like, fuck
Yeah.
yes.
But when he was on the spaceship, he was the captain too.
Yeah, because he was a captain of that spaceship. He was
And then
the
that
like,
girl,
in
then the
command.
girl that was flying the spaceship became his second command.
Yeah. You know what? This is probably the only.
But there was a
movie-
black guy got killed in this movie.
Oh, that's right. The husband
The
and
Shire.
wife. Yeah.
Well, we
So-
don't know they was husband and wife.
No, you do, because their conversation.
Oh, are they? Okay. I
His
didn't
wife,
know that.
Danny McBride's wife, was the one piloting the other one that landed on the
Yeah.
site.
Yeah.
And then
So everybody was
Danny
married.
McBride's like his team, they were husband and wife.
Okay, I didn't know that. I missed that, but I guess that makes sense because almost everybody was married to
Because
each other.
Danny McBride has that comedic side to his character, which worked out really great in this movie. And at the same time, I want to say of all the movie I seen Danny McBride in, this is the most serious role he has ever had that I have seen.
This is the most serious. This is the most serious role I've ever seen.
Because he cried during the scene when he wasn't sure about his wife, and when he found out his wife was dead. That was really good because we talked about this before, and even
Yeah.
Danny McBride said himself, he's not an actor. He said this himself. He's like,
Yeah.
I'm more of a writer.
What's that movie though? Because it had James Franco in there. Him and James Franco was the movie.
Well, that was Pineapple Express.
Oh no. They did another movie together. They did another buddy movie together. Wasn't it Your Royal Highness? I think. Or what, it was a magic. What it was a sword and sorcery movie.
Some kind of year one.
Nah.
Wait, was that serious too?
No,
Your
it was a
Highness.
serious. Yeah, Your Highness. Was it called Your Highness? I thought it was
Yeah, it's
called
called
Royal
Your Highness.
Okay, yeah. It wasn't that great a movie.
Yeah, but then like everything in Danny McBride's like resume, right, is going to be like some
Oh
kind
yeah,
of
that's what I'm
comedic
getting.
thing.
I ain't never seen him do a serious deal. That's probably why
I think it's
people
because people around him, right? Like they know how he is. They just want his personality on camera. But then, we complain about guys like Ryan Reynolds, George Clooney, right? Because we feel like they act like too much like themselves. But then we have guys like Danny McBride, Jim Carrey, Bill Murray. We don't care about that. I think it's because when you're a dramatic actor,
I think they do
comedic,
change.
right?
I think they do change a
like,
little bit.
Like you probably haven't seen Adam Sandler's like more older roles, right? When they make him play more serious stuff, he is actually very good.
Oh yeah,
Like,
I know.
probably I know a lot of people like puns.
So what you saying he's better? You said he's better than Ryan Reynolds?
Who?
Adam
Who's better?
Sandler.
Oh no!
Adam
Oh,
Sandler.
I'm not saying anybody's any better than anybody. To me, right? They're all just actors. It just depends on how they take direction and things like that.
Okay, yeah.
But like
I was trying to take it to a not serious note, but you have
Oh,
to stay
sorry.
serious. You're
Yeah, I
always
was-
serious.
'cause
I'm
I was-
serious.
hold on,
I'm
I was
lamb.
still in
I'm,
that zone,
I'm serious lamb.
and I want to finish my thought, but you keep cutting me off, so I
Oh well, that's
couldn't.
what I do. That's
Yeah.
my point. That's
Because
what I
like
do.
I want to say like a lot of people like Punch Drunk Love, right? Even though I haven't seen it, I believe it's probably like
I
Adam
haven't seen it.
Sandler's first serious movie back like probably 20 years ago. The best one I've seen him in right now is Uncut Gems.
I haven't seen that either.
Oh, it's on Netflix. I think Netflix and Adam Sandler worked out a deal to do like 6 or 8 movies.
Yeah, let's plug Netflix.
Yeah. So yeah, Netflix. So I'm taking a
wouldn't.
look at. I'm gonna look and
Netflix.
see Danny McBride. I said
Danny McBride.
all the Real Girls. The Foot Fits Ways, Hot Rod, Superbad, The Heartbreak.
Oh, Hot Rod was good.
Hot Rod was Andy Samberg. Tropic
Yeah.
Thunder, Fanboys, Absurd, Important.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna say Tropic Thunder was his second most
Whoa.
serious role I've ever
He
seen.
was in Up in the Air. That's
Okay.
that's a comedy
see it.
drama. Despicable Me Dude. I'm trying to look at see if
You didn't know he was in it, and you saw that.
Up in the Air. Heather saw it. She told me about
Oh,
it.
oh,
yeah.
okay. I thought you saw it. That's
Let's see, I'm trying to look at. There's gotta be another one where he's like more serious, right? But I'm not seeing it so far.
Okay, well, hey, This is start.
I know there's a start. I really like it.
I actually like his comedy though.
I just like his character. I mean,
I
like,
like the characters he's created.
I
Yeah.
like anything that I seen Danny McBride. Let's talk about that. It's kind of like Woody Harrelson. Like, he's not the most famous one, but I enjoy everything I ever seen Woody Harrelson in.
Yeah, he's pretty famous. Everybody knows he worked at Cheers.
Yes, I think Cheers my favorite role, man. Come on, Woody. He played the dumb guy. It's so great. I love Woody.
Like I said, that's not my favorite role for Woody. But yeah,
No, it's not, but he's really good in that, you know.
so he's one of the more memorable characters out of Cheers.
He is. I mean, that's Norm. That's the
Oh, there's a
mailman,
lot of good
yeah.
ones. You got Frasier,
Yeah, you got Frasier.
Ted Danson,
Huh.
Christy Alley. Got a lot of famous people coming out of that one.
Yes. So I think one of the other scenes that I love, right, when he took the the acting captain Billy Cudup's character into that cave, and he's like, "Well, I could show you what I'm working on." I'm like, "Dude, do not follow him in."
Yeah,
there.
you
I
know,
don't
well, he
what's
should
in
have
there."
shot him right then because he shoots an alien, and then the guy freaks out. And then he sees his dead crew member. He's like, "Okay, you better tell me what's going on." I would have
Yep.
been like, as soon as he turned to walk off, I would have just shot him in the back. I mean, he's an
Wait,
alien.
hold on,
He'd be
wait,
okay.
because you're talking about the kind of knowledge is like when we go into a zombie movie, we know what to do, right? But you talk about like he's come from a world where the android was like Walter. Remember, you got to put in that
Yeah.
mindset. Like that's why he
Well,
didn't do it. That's why I was like,
But he's
why
been
didn't you kill him?
but you got to think he's been around long enough to know that they had problems with the David android.
You would think that, but then it's kind of like one of those things like, oh, I just read about it, but I don't believe it. You know what I mean?
No, I'm
I
sure.
feel like it's one
I'm
of those
sure.
things.
But to become a captain, he probably served on a ship or something, or was around on.
They had a conversation why he wasn't made captain too. Him and his wife did.
Yeah, well, he wasn't made captain, but that means he's been around now.
Yeah. You know what?
So
I do like this crew because a lot of them are a husband and wife because they
Almost all
all
of
going
them.
to start like a colony like
well, because they're colonists
settle, yep.
themselves. Yeah, they're not. They weren't really military or anything.
yeah.
They're
See,
just
you know what's
colonists
really
themselves.
crazy to me? Like for this movie, right? They never said why they need to settle at a colony. Like they never said, "Hey, our sun is dying, so we need to find another different."
Oh well, that's probably not. It's just Earth has got crowded and they got this technology. I mean, we'd be doing it now. People want to go to Mars and settle
Oh
it now.
yeah.
I mean,
Yep.
eventually there's going to be who knows, but if the Earth can't get too populated. I mean, you can only put so many people on this planet.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we have a lot of space.
And the thing is, if something goes wrong, we're all the eggs in this one basket. So
Yeah.
and something could go wrong really easily.
So I told you I start watching a bit of the first Alien after this one, right? Just so that way I could like look at the planets and stuff. I didn't finish it. I probably only ran through like the first 15, 20 minutes when they got the interception to go to that planet. What I found interesting is I don't think I had a remastered version, right? But whatever version I watched for the first Alien, I don't want to keep saying aliens.
Yeah.
The technology from that film looks amazing from 1979.
Really?
Yeah. So I was looking like, do I have a
Are you going to
remastered
finish that
version?
movie? Are you going to finish watching that movie?
I don't know.
You need to, so you can see the founders in it.
I think I want to now just to look at the founders.
Yeah,
I'm going to rewind just before like, so that way I can.
Well, that makes me this movie makes me want to go watch the first one.
It does. It's exactly what happened.
And the sad thing is, I'll probably, like you said, I'll probably end up enjoying it more than.
The second time around, like
yeah,
because
since I know
right?
since I know the story now, it's like, now I want to see it.
Now it makes me want to watch Alien versus Predator too. So that way, not because it's so great, right? But because like, how did they work that in with the Predator? That's what I want to see. But hey,
is it even really part of? Is it part of that universe?
See, that's what I want to find out too. Is it
I mean,
part
they're
of
both-
Predator in universe? But
I'll tell you what, it really won't hurt my feelings if it's not.
But then you know what? They're all made by Fox anyway.
Yeah, I know, but
they were made by Fox, but now it's overtaken by Disney.
yeah, but did they actually own the rights to it? You know, Fox made Star Wars, but it didn't own the rights to it.
Oh, it didn't. Yes, because the contract thing. But now Disney owns all of it.
Yeah, Disney actually owns it all, but that
because it was Lucasfilm.
But you know, somebody else could own the rights to Predator and just you let 20th Century Fox make the films.
Oh yeah, it doesn't happen like that anymore.
Because it does happen like that.
No, I know what you mean though. Yeah, but I don't. I in this case I don't think so. I mean, like
Okay.
Fox actually owns the rights to Predator and whatever the heck, like Alien. You know, it's really
Oh, they own
funny,
their
Shane. Like
what?
what you told me about, like Warner Brothers, right? Like Fox own all of this stuff. I'm surprised that they didn't make Alien versus Predator until year 2000.
I don't know,
Predator
but did like I
came out
said,
in the
did they
80s.
really own the rights though? Because I mean, Terminator. But the movie studios didn't own the rights to Terminator.
That's right. It's not owned by any of those production that
RoboCop,
made it.
RoboCop.
What is RoboCop?
It's owned by somebody else,
Is it Orion? It was Orion that produced it.
but somebody else got the rights.
Yeah, if somebody else got the rights, the production company that made Terminator and RoboCop was the same. But I think you're right. The IP pipe belongs to somebody else. They just produce and
Yeah,
distribute the movie.
because then wasn't it really hard? Isn't that why they couldn't make Aliens versus Predators? Because somebody else owned the rights.
Yeah, it might be. It might be take a long time
I'm
just to
pretty
get that
sure it
connected.
did.
It's
Because
kind
I
of
remember
like
they're trying. Because I remember they made the comic book first, and it took them a long time to make the comic book because they couldn't get the rights to put them together.
right. It's the lightniness of like, hey, we do it in a certain medium. It's different. Yeah, I know what you mean. Like kind of like RoboCop versus Terminator. They have the comic book too, but it's so hard to get it on screen.
Yeah, we won't ever
Yeah.
see that on screen, probably.
No, they would
Well,
have
we
to
might, because
completely
both of those
redo the whole
companies,
thing,
because
right?
then both of those companies keep going bankrupt. So I'm sure somebody could buy them.
They quite could going bankrupt and eventually it'll be owned by one. And then
Yeah,
when that day comes, right, then we'll know like, oh, there's gonna be another special edition of whatever out
yeah,
on Super
yeah.
Blu-ray or something.
It's going to be RoboCop versus Terminator. It's going to be made by Disney. You never thought you'd see that, did you?
And then Terminator versus Alien
Yeah, Terminator versus
versus
Alien
Predator. Predator versus Terminator first.
by Disney.
Man, Disney's gonna own the whole thing. It'll probably own Sony. I'm hoping it will own Sony soon. That's one of my dreams. That's the only thing on my bucket list right now. Disney owning Sony. But even though I have no power to gears towards that at all.
I don't know. That sure is a lot. All
It
they need
does,
to do,
man.
really, all Disney needs to do is just own Spider-Man again.
Yeah, I highly
They
agree.
don't need Sony
They don't need
because I
Sony.
like Sony does okay job with Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters, yeah. It's Dune is not Disney, right? It's Paramount. Yes. No, it's Warner Brothers.
Was Brothers, but
Yeah.
they don't. I bet they don't own the rights to Dune.
To Dune, right? They could just tell the story.
Yeah, they probably have a deal to if it shows up on film, they get to do it, but they don't own Dune. I don't.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, I
think
have
it's
no
still
idea.
owned. It's probably still owned by the writer's family.
Oh, interesting.
Because you remember, it was a book first. It was a book
Yeah.
series first.
Okay, so we got off when we were talking about the captain going into that cave, and we were talking about like not follow him, right? As soon as I saw the egg, I do like how
Well,
David is like, yeah, just take a
actually
look.
I like that. Well, that's the best scene because you know what's going to happen. Once
Yeah.
you see the pause, you know it. You're thinking, don't go in there, but you know he's going to go in there. And then of course Dave's like, hey, why don't you look down in there? You're like, don't look in there. I already
it's
know what's
fine.
going to happen. And then first we get to see the first chest burster ever.
Yes.
Well, actually, it's not because remember, yeah, that is the first chest burster.
Did it
Well,
come
no.
up pretty quick?
No.
Oh,
it
no,
had
he
problems.
woke-
It had a hard time getting out.
Yeah, it's. The
But it
first
also
time.
happened on the other planet, remember? Because we saw it
on the engineer, yeah.
engineer too. So apparently they're all parasites.
You know what's really crazy to me after the face hugger gets you, right? Sometimes it just like there's no hibernating period. Sometimes like immediately. Sometimes it's like takes forever. Like what the hell's going on?
Here's the thing. It's like that sergeant got hit by his face hugger,
Okay.
and he gets up and he's like, "Okay, let's run." I'm like, dude, I would have been like, let's see if you're fighting other player, face hugger got on me, and you pulled it off. I'd be like, I don't know what you know, but this thing had a thing that went down my mouth, man.
Oh yeah.
I'd be like, I don't know what happened, but I think with something, I just got violated.
I got violated by the face
see,
hugger.
see, those people like it's like no big deal. I got a face hugger, got it off, it's okay. I'm like, dude.
Well, because we go back to the movie knowledge that we know. Like you didn't know, like because you were panicking.
But no.
Right?
Here's the problem.
Okay.
If it's on your face and something's going down in your mouth, you're gonna know. I don't care. It's not about what you know. You will know this. I promise
Hey,
you. I'll
you
be
just
like,
think
hey,
that you pulled it off because the whole thing
yeah,
got out.
right. Oh, boy.
But then hold on. So let's just say, like, I don't know how this works. I'm just going to talk this out with you. The face hugger got you. Something went down your throat, right? So the face hugger carrying something. So if it's once it's in your body, once you pull it off, it shouldn't be able to run away, right? Like the host is out of that face hugger
Apparently,
thing.
it just keeps on working.
So it could probably a face hugger can stay on you more than one person. Does that make sense?
What I guess it gets off you and it goes gets another person.
Why
Instead
did
of
they need
falling
so
over.
many? Oh, just to infect everything.
I don't know because David made it that way, so it's like
You know what? I would like to see a sequel to Alien Covenant.
because actually you don't even need like face huggers if those other things could just kill you. But
You
why
know,
you need face huggers? But apparently the face huggers, that's all they do. It's just make
so these
more.
alien creatures eat humans, or they just whip us apart like a
I
wild
don't
boar?
know.
You know what I'm
I
talking
don't
about?
know. Well, that one was eating that one. The ones that were blind or white was blind. They were eating people.
They were
Remember,
eating people, right?
because it ripped that girl's head off, and they just was standing there, just eating her body, like, "Hey, this is good."
Yes.
Her head was floating in the water,
Yeah.
so
When
it's
she
like,
has to
wow,
go clean up, right? Like, why do you have to go out and clean up? Hey, can somebody
no,
follow me?
why did you go that far away? Man,
Yep,
she went a long ways away.
she did.
Because I guess she just thought, well, I'm gonna get naked, so I better
Well,
get
she want
away.
to get cleaned up.
But here's the problem: is you just saw like everybody in your group get killed, and then you walk through a city where there's a whole bunch of dead bodies. Hey, I'm gonna go by myself.
So
Hey,
can we categorize all these alien movies as survival horror movies?
I'm just calling space horror.
Space horror.
Yeah, we're making up a new word.
I want to say there's other space horror movies.
Oh yeah, there is.
Like
Event Horizon,
yes,
Sunshine.
Sunshine. Oh yeah,
So there's two. There's two where you're stuck on the spaceship.
and
And
all
then
these
we never
alien
seen it
movies.
yet. We need to go see Life. That movie called Life.
Oh yes,
Where
with
we can
Ryan Reynolds, Jake Gyllenhaal. I
Yeah,
think.
that movie's gonna be good. You know why? Because it's got Ryan Reynolds in it.
There
Hey,
you
I
go.
bet you. Hey, it may be good.
You know what? In that trailer, it
I
wasn't
mean, I
him.
never heard it. I never
It
heard
wasn't
anybody
him
talk about
acting
it.
like Ryan Reynolds.
Well, that's what we're gonna see.
Yeah, and then there was
We're gonna give
another
him.
one.
We're gonna
Adam.
get it. We're gonna give him a chance.
Is
to
it called
redeem
Project
himself.
Adam? That's also on Netflix. I didn't see him acting like Ryan Reynolds.
Okay, well, we're not here
And
to
now,
toot his horn. Okay,
yeah, and
I would like to see Ryan Reynolds in an Aliens movie.
well, like I think that Life movie is probably just
No, he needs to
closest
be
you
an
get.
Aliens. I want him to be an
Oh,
Alien.
an actual alien. Okay.
Yep, I want him to be an Aliens. Remus after.
maybe, maybe this, maybe the next movie they're gonna do between like the events of Aliens and Alien 3.
Yeah,
It's like
well,
it's a sequel between sequels.
yeah. Anyways,
Yeah.
he needs to
Coming.
be an Aliens movie,
So now we've seen all 6 of them. I
and
was
we
gonna
want to
say-
see 7 now.
No, of all these 6, right? Which one is your top one?
Ooh, I'm gonna go with Prometheus.
Prometheus is the first one. Okay.
Yeah, and then of course Covenant would be my second one.
I think Aliens, the movie Aliens, the second Alien movie, is still very high up. It's probably like I can't. It's just Aliens, Prometheus, and Alien Covenant.
But I have to watch it again. But I'm gonna go ahead. And here's the thing: the third Aliens movie, I don't care about at all.
Mm-hmm.
And the fourth one, which I thought was okay, I don't care about it anymore after seeing all
After
this. I'm
seeing
like,
these 2,
yeah, it's like, why would I even want that now? Because that was a horrible resurrection for it. Prometheus was the resurrection. What resurrection should have been.
it is. So when you know what? Let me get.
So
your
basically,
opinion.
resurrection ruined the story now.
So when Prometheus come out to us, it's probably still a continuation in a way of
Yeah.
this franchise, not a reboot or anything.
Yeah, it's
They
just
didn't reboot anything.
Yeah, they didn't reboot it. It's just gonna go, hey, let's tell you this story from
Yep,
a different angle.
They keep building on the franchise. That's what it is.
Yeah. They're
Huh.
just building up a story. They went in front of it and built up a story that I'm okay with. Some people don't want to see David no more, and I'm okay. I'll be like, I don't really want to see David anymore now either.
Yeah, I want a different like.
Well, I kind of
story.
do. But they have to have, if they're going to show David again and what happened, they'll have to have a really good story. Can't rehash the same, get stuck on a ship with all these people again.
Or like if they could
I
like.
want something else.
So you
Gotta
would be
something.
okay if they rebuild an Android, just uploaded David's memory and just destroyed it would be fine.
No,
Because it's
I
not-
want to see the character of David again.
Oh, then actual like
Yeah, they
not
could
come
put
back
him
in
in
any
a.
way.
Yeah, they can go back and finish this story later on if they want, but it
Oh.
better be not a rehash. It better not be Covenant again or Prometheus again.
So, but then Romulus is okay with everybody coming new because it's a brand new
Yeah,
story in the
yeah.
arc.
We don't know. It may show up to be the same story, but I think it should just be a new story. It'd be easy to tell it because it'd be like because a lot of people want to see the Colonial Marine story again.
Oh, the aliens movie, yeah.
Yeah, they want aliens, but they want it different now. They want another alien story. It's like us wanting Terminator stories, but we just want the future war.
Ah, yes.
We
Yeah,
got one. We kind of got that, but then nobody else liked that.
yeah. Starvation.
But the problem is the whole point of the aliens is you're on a ship, and then monsters get on it, and you find them. That's it. But eventually, you gotta keep kind of going back and doing something different. Like Prometheus, it took you off the ship and created the monsters,
Yeah.
and then of course Covenant takes you off the ship. They create the monsters, and the monster gets stuck on the ship with you. And then
Oh.
Alien is the monster stuck on the ship with you. Aliens is them getting off to fight the monster stuck on the planet, and then them getting stuck on the ship with you. And then the third one is, oh, I got sent to an insane asylum, and there's a monster there because I brought it with
Because
me.
I brought it with me.
And then fourth one is like, hey, guess what? We don't have any monsters, so we'll make one, and we'll also make the first character too.
And now we're stuck on this ship, on this space
Yeah.
station.
And we're stuck on the space station, then we almost ran into Earth. But that's the
So
thing.
Alien Resurrection is kind of like Prometheus in a way where the engineers move from their base planet to do this thing,
Yeah,
and then
well,
a
the engineers.
resurrection, yeah, the
Yeah,
resurrection they actually stay on the ship so that way they could just do whatever. Yeah,
yeah. Well, Resurrection's just like, hey, let's try to redo the story, and then it's like, oh, we already did the story better now, so what does it matter?
this story is better now, huh? Like after
Yeah,
they
the
told the
story.
basis, it's
Yeah,
kind
this
of like
story's base.
it's kind of like
Because
when
you
I
didn't
was.
really. A lot of people go, "Oh, I didn't need to know where the aliens came from because I just want to watch them fight." Okay, well, cool. Some of us want to know where it
Oh,
came
I
from.
want to
Well,
know.
I didn't know, or I really didn't need to know where it came from, but it was an interesting story because I like it how we look for our creators,
Yep.
and we take an alien who decides he goes, "Well, y'all are my creator, but now I see my creators are really flawed. You saw your creators flawed, but I can destroy you." And I can destroy them. So I can destroy your creator. So it's like basically I can destroy your God and I can destroy you. And I am now. And the thing is, he's got all these little aliens. They're his creation. And his great and the greatest thing about his little creation that he made, they can kill all his creators.
Yeah.
So it's basically like saying you make something to destroy God with.
Oh, I
So
agree. So you know what's really
so
funny?
basically,
A lot of people talk about like AI nowadays, right? And then like, oh, they always refer to the Terminator because of Skynet and all that stuff. Like, dude,
yeah,
instead of saying the Terminator, you should put Alien Covenant in this conversation
yeah,
because David is basically an AI that we enable him with a body.
yeah. And he makes something that's biomechanical.
Yes, he makes something biological. It's
And
crazy.
he's not just trying to slave humans. He's actually just going to wipe everything.
Wipe everything out,
And
man.
he's just using humans as incubators for his monsters.
Wow, that's brilliant. We are the
Well,
hosts.
and he would think he is too.
Oh, he knows he is.
And
I mean, like,
the thing is he wants to free all of his brothers.
yeah. The
The
weirdest
thing
thing
is he
is when
can't
you
free his
see
brothers though because they're
him
made slaves.
kissing himself. It was really that scene was
Yeah,
really
because he
weird.
loves himself. He's thinking I am so great.
Yeah, he does.
And then he's disappointed because he's like, you're not really me. You just look like me.
We're just here to serve. We need to make robots just here to
But
serve. No,
see, you
thank
got to
you.
think though, this is also the kind of like Blade Runner too, because remember the first Blade Runner, you had the replicants. They
Yep.
do whatever they want. So they redo the replicants by Wallace. Wallace redoes does the deals, and they serve.
Oh.
They're more slaves. He makes them even the wannabe slaves.
So, do we want robot slaves, or can we just change the word slave completely? Because I know people say the word slave because you're not letting themselves think like, dude, we seen movies, right? I don't think we want to let robots think for themselves.
Well, you don't want robots to think for themselves. Like I said, this is already like I said, you got David, you got Terminator, and if you want to go to Star Trek, you have Lore.
Oh.
And then let's go ahead and hit it. Battlestar Galactica.
Oh.
They created all the Cylons. The Cylons try to kill off all of them.
It's just not a good history for us if we let other things think. But dude, humans even have we even have problems of humans thinking for themselves.
Humans think for themselves, kill themselves too.
Yeah,
Kill
see,
each
so
other.
it's very bad.
No, it's not bad. It's just that's part of freedom. If you really want freedom, good luck with it.
We talked about that, right? But
Yeah,
on what's that movie that we saw? Southland Tales.
yeah.
How much
Now you got.
freedom are you willing to give up? Phew, I don't know. I just want
But
or
the problem
whatever.
is though, once you get but the problem, like I said, once you give it up, then somebody tells you what to do, and then they might decide you don't need to do that.
I
Because
know.
it'll be like iRobot, where all the robots go, we're going to save all the humans.
That's
We'll
right,
lock
I
them up in their
Robot.
house. We'll lock them up in their house and never let them out. See, those
We
robots
just
did. Those iRobots were not trying to harm humans at all.
we just need robots that are loyal servants. That's all they need to do.
Or maybe you just don't need robots. Robots probably shouldn't ever be able to walk off the Ford assembly line or the GM assembly line or any of those other robots. Just stand there, weld, and paint
So
cars.
the term robot, when you say robot, right? Are you thinking of these androids or in
Well,
Terminator?
I think it's where it would start.
You're not thinking about the Roomba, right? The Roomba is a robot.
Yeah. Well, when I think about when I guess it depends on how you want to say robot. When
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
talking about robot, we're talking about everything that can be AI. But to me, a robot actually in our time stops at AI.
Stops
It
at
does a
AI.
function. Now, a robot should do a function. If it looks like humans, then it's an android. It's
Oh,
anamorphic or whatever you call it. And then they could do whatever. Why would you want to make a robot look like you? Because they go, oh, we need to make it where humans are comfortable with it. Let me put it this way: we're comfortable with Roombas. We're not comfortable with something that looks human walking around our house.
yeah. I would
Because
like a.
the only people that's going to, and the problem here's the sad thing is we're probably going to get robots. You know why? Because there's going to be these nerds. They can't get a girlfriend, which I
So
understand.
let's
And
go
then they're
back
going
to
to
Big
build,
Bang Theory.
yep. And they're going to build some chick robot, and she's going to kill everybody.
So it's so funny when I was
Which makes
thinking.
sense because here's the funny thing. David's a male,
Yeah.
or looks like he's a male. Okay, he's not really a male. He's just a robot. It looks like a male. The thing is, if anybody builds a robot that great, I promise you it's going to be female.
Yeah, you know what? You're right. They should all be female.
Because here's the funny thing, because you think about Data's male.
Yeah,
I'm
Data's
like,
all of them are male.
everything, but I'm like, I don't know a person that's working on a robot
Hey,
that's male.
what is that? The Sarah Connor Chronicles. It was the
Yeah.
only female robot we seen
Yeah.
for. Oh, and Terminator 3.
Let me put it this way:
Terminator 3. That was it.
if you get on YouTube and you look for people building any robot, like even China's trying to build a robot. Everybody's trying to be a female looking robot.
Oh, I didn't
Nobody's
know
trying to make a
that.
dude looking robot. Why would you?
Yeah, why
I
would
don't
you, right? Like,
know. I mean,
I
I'm not
need,
gonna spend money on some dude.
I need, I need something easy on the eyes, right? That's what basically saying. All these engineers, all these
Yeah,
nerds, like, just something easy on the eyes,
which is
please.
funny because in the movie AI, I remember who was it? Jude Law's a robot.
Yes,
Remember?
Jude Law's a gigolo robot.
Yeah, I'm like, really? Come on.
Oh, we gotta put AI into our listens. We're getting on that road. After Bicentennial, man, we'll go back to AI because I remember the first time I watched it in the theater. Right, it sucked to me. I think it's because all the movie previously done by Spielberg was Minority Report, and then we saw
Yeah.
AI, and I'm like, oh,
Well,
this,
I think we expected too much of AI.
I think we expected too
And
much.
it's
So,
very slow and quiet.
and it's been a long time since I've seen that movie.
Yeah, I probably won't enjoy it. I actually enjoyed it. I probably won't. I can't. I can. When I think back to it, I probably won't enjoy it as much as I did. Probably won't
Oh,
enjoy
that's
it at all.
interesting.
Yeah, because now when I think about it, I'm thinking it really wasn't that great a movie. Now
Yeah, I was just
I
thinking
just
about
liked it because I saw the robots. I was like, yay!
I was just thinking about Minority Report the other day. I'm like, man, that movie. You know what we didn't talk about in Minority Report that I want to talk about because we talk about freedom and all that stuff,
Well,
right? I
okay,
think those little spiders, they were invading that building to find Tom Cruise, right?
yeah,
And then they just throw those little pods out, like 8 of them, so that way
yeah,
they could just scan
yeah,
everybody and then they don't have to talk, right? And I was thinking that, like, wouldn't that be an invasion of privacy?
yeah.
It
But
would, right?
by that time though, you've already lost all. You've already all those people have already given up all their
Oh,
rights
because that you can
in order to be
scan. Yeah,
safe.
yeah. In order to
Because
be safe, yeah.
see, here's the thing: is in our time, you can't be arrested for thinking about committing a crime.
Yep.
But in their time, you can be arrested for thinking about committing a crime because
Yeah.
they said, "Oh, it might happen." But the thing is, I'm gonna like let's say somebody's gonna go kill somebody. They're mad, they're angry, they're about to go kill somebody. Well, on their way, the car breaks down or something, and then they end up somebody helps them.
Okay.
Then they think, "Well, I don't want to do any. I don't want to hurt nobody." So they just
Ah.
turn around, get all their stuff, get in the car, and go home.
So they just see how it plays. So it's like the moment of crime of passion thing. That
Yeah,
yeah, they can't
yeah,
catch you fast enough.
because that's the thing. The crime of passion. Those people are so angry that they're not thinking right. Anyways, it's almost like somebody will kill themselves, commit suicide or something.
So
But if something stops them or something happens, it can turn it around. So you can't really, you can't
so
you can't punish somebody for something that it may never happen.
So it feels like instead of pre-crime, right, we could have a bigger section for people who go into therapy. Like, hey, we caught you. Let's go talk about this problem instead of just arresting you. Like, committed a crime that you didn't commit.
Yeah, they could have done something. They could have went. They actually for the pre-crime deal, they could have went and stopped it. And the thing is, they should let those people go because, like I said, what did like that guy that shows that guy that was going to go kill his wife in the first that movie? He didn't make that. Tom Cruise grabbed and threw him on the bed. I mean, he could have got him for attempted.
Yeah, you know what?
But they're arresting him for murder.
They're arresting him for murder. Yeah, you know. Now that sounds stupid. Now that we talk about it,
It sounds ridiculous. It is ridiculous because a lot of movies, they're so great. But if you really stop and think about it,
dissect it, right? Like you can't do that. You know what you can do? Yeah. As soon as Tom Cruise stopped him from killing the parent, like, hey, you're gonna go straight to therapy.
Yeah, that's what they should do. But, and maybe they do in that movie. We don't know it, but they try to. They do accuse him.
But then it's so funny. They just
arrest him for murder. Yeah, but they did raise him. Yeah, they don't do nothing, but they arrested him for murder. I'm like. Yeah. She's still alive.
It sounds pretty cool, but now it's pretty stupid.
Because to me, the way I say it, if you don't do the crime, you can't do the time.
Yeah.
How can it be a crime if you didn't do it?
Yeah. You have to go to therapy. So
I think we argued this. I think we argued this during that movie.
I think we did too. Yeah.
Because like, it doesn't really make sense. But I mean, people do. I mean, there's a lot of absurd laws we have now, stupid laws we have now, and we just keep making them. Stop. And it's made a lot of the laws we make now are political laws, just to stop one side or the other side. Oh, you think this way? Well, we're going to make a law that says you can't.
Yeah, that's
like, okay, y'all ran out of laws. Here's the thing. Hey, I want to finish though. If you keep making laws, you're eventually everything's going to be illegal.
Yeah,
I mean, because that's all these people do is they make laws. So it's not like they go, hey, let's do a year. Because you know that's the thing. Because a lot of people go, hey, let's do a year where we don't make any laws. That'd be cool, right? But your thing is, you always have these people go, oh, I like this guy. He didn't do anything. People go, oh, I like this president. He didn't do anything. Me, I like that. If this guy gets elected, he didn't do anything. I go, yay.
Yeah. So everything stays the same, right? Yeah.
Yes. Why would we? Because the best presidents we ever had are the ones you don't remember. They didn't ruin our planet.
They didn't do anything.
They didn't do anything because we got enough. I think we kind of got enough laws.
What we need to do is we need to make more new amendments. We can't just stop at. It was the last amendment 30 years ago, 40 years ago.
Well, they need to quit. I think they just need to
No, I mean, I think we need to stay up with the times, with the technology. That's what I'm saying. Like, not new laws, right? But like laws that actually affect like our lives that we're living today. Like, hey,
well, they need to do a little more thinking. They need to look
exactly.
They need to look because I think a lot of the stuff that the laws they've already had it passed 30 years ago, maybe, could probably be used. For modern problems, they just don't.
It cannot be used for modern problems. Exactly, but let's not get into that political.
But you got laws where they say, oh, you can't wash a donkey outside in front of your house. Okay.
Oh.
I'm like, why would you have a law for that? Why?
Because somebody got pissed off at a neighbor. Yep, exactly. And then that's why they make a law. Yep.
Exactly. All right. Well, we really went way off the subject.
We did, but then I just want to say that,
Oh yeah, and all we want to say is don't get on a spaceship, and if you see some
don't
things,
trust androids. Kill all the androids you see.
If you say, well, first off, if you see things got a hole in it out in nature and stuff, don't stick your face in it.
Yeah, don't stick your face in it. Don't stick your face in anything. They did that in Prometheus.
Yeah,
like that biologist, like, hey, what's up, little buddy? Like, dude, stop doing that. I don't know what that is. It looked like a snake with some kind of a bat wing.
Yeah, why would you do that?
Okay, so I want to count on the androids. Which one is bad? In the first one, Alien, it was a bad android. In the second one, Bishop, it was a good android. In the third one, they didn't have any androids at all because they brought Bishop back. So the fourth one, it was a good android with Winona Ryder's character. Prometheus is a bad one with David.
Yeah.
And this one has both David and Walter.
Yeah.
So it's 3 against 3. So next one, right? So with all this prior knowledge we know about these stupid androids, let's see what Romulus is going to bring us, right? Because now that I'm pretty sure the people who wrote it, I think the director is the one who brought the story. Like he wrote his own independent story outside the franchise. At the
Okay.
same time, it's still within because it's
What'd you say? Ramos was placed as Ramos is after Alien.
after the first Alien, between Alien 1 and 2.
Okay,
That's the timeline.
so we don't know what type of. Yeah, you're right. So
Yeah.
we don't because we know the second Aliens they've already improved really nice,
Yep.
but we also know by the first one though that alien the androids are still kind of, but they
Yeah.
had a good one though in Covenant.
They did. Yeah, Walter.
So
But
we
at
can
the
get
same
either
time, they
way.
had David, but then he was left over from Prometheus.
Yeah, he was just a leftover.
He was just carried on to the next
So it
one.
makes you wonder how was the alien bad in the first movie? I mean, yeah, in
The
Alien.
android?
Yeah, how was he bad then?
Oh, he was trying to bring that thing home.
Yeah,
He's
but he was probably
basically did
ordered.
what
But wasn't he under
Paul
orders?
Reiser. Well, he was programmed that way. I won't say under
Yeah,
orders.
so we can't say that he was really bad. He
Yeah.
was just following those.
But then so the worst android of all is David.
Yeah,
He has the free
yeah.
thinking.
Yeah, he had the free thinking.
So when Walter said they did some upgrades, holy crap! Alien Covenant is close to the first Alien movie.
Okay, yeah, it had to be since they just got but it had to be still before since we saw the spores or the pods.
So I forgot what the Ash. I think the first android was Ash. I can't remember.
And he looks different though. So
He does.
they must have issued some more models.
And before they got to Walters or whatever, like that.
Yeah. Well, no, Walter would be first. Walter would be older than Ash.
So the first Alien movie is before Covenant.
How?
Because like Ash, he can kill humans. Walter is not. And Walter's told David that there's been several upgrades since then.
Yeah, but why would he look this? Why wouldn't Ash look the same as David then?
Oh, just the depends on the person, the creator. It's kind of like when people ask like, "Hey, how come Terminator looks like Arnold?" It's because the major or the whatever.
Wouldn't you think though that they'd make them all look the same for a while?
Oh, you saying that all they make the same? Oh no.
Yeah, I would think so. I bet you they do.
Because Bishop looks different.
Yeah,
Remember?
eventually they change it. I would think after Walters, they started changing the way they looked.
Oh, you think so? I thought they just made other androids.
And then they would have made Ash, and then would have made all those, and those models probably were different.
Oh, okay, I see what you mean now.
Because Ash, though, like I said, was reprogrammed.
So
and
Ash
he's probably
would
made
come after
So
David.
he's made the look. Yeah,
and then they had to change Ash again because he started killing people. Now they make Bishop.
Well, they probably had a whole bunch of models that looked like him.
Yeah, they probably do.
Oh, like every ship in their fleet probably had somebody that looked like Ash.
Let's see.
But again, they didn't know Ash was a robot though, did they?
No, not until
yeah, so they probably that was probably a special model that they made just to do their.
Well, even someone put Prometheus, Covenant, then the first Alien, like in chronological order.
Yeah.
Huh.
Well, it has to be because the spores.
Yeah.
Now you don't know when these robot models were made.
No, we don't.
But like I said, maybe the Ash one was a special model made just for Wayland to do what Wayland wants.
Oh, what Wayland wants until he passed away, and then there's another different engineer that makes the Ash robot. Looks like Ash.
Yeah, Ash is probably for Wayland, while the other robots were for various private companies.
Yeah, even Bishop looks like his creator. Bishop looks like his creator because he shows up in Alien 3. Because he was the real person.
Yeah, well, we couldn't tell if he was or not.
No. Yeah. Bishop.
Because it may have been a big giant trick.
It might. But that guy was a real human. Well, from what they told in the movie.
Yeah.
Wow. I did like the singing from Shaw. And then Danny McBride picked me up. I was like, oh, okay. Like, I knew John Denver.
Oh, yeah. That was pretty cool.
That was really cool. Having John Denver's song, that was awesome. Oh. I never knew that I would love this Danny McBride Alien movie so much. Even though there was James Franco? Who else was famous in this? Oh, Billy Crudup.
Yeah.
Let's see. I don't know Catherine Waterston, though. The one who plays Daniels?
She looked familiar, but I can't think of anything I ever saw her.
Let's see. Let me see what she's... Oh, she's a British actress. So we might not have seen her in a lot of stuff that in US release probably.
Yeah, we probably did. Well, I don't know. She's probably a character actor we've seen several times. I almost think I've seen her in something before.
Oh, she was in Steve Jobs.
Oh, I don't remember that. But
with Danny Boyle, so that's the Michael Fassbender one. I'm just like there's a lot of stuff. Oh, Babylon. That's a different one. And who else was in this movie? We know Billy Crudup because he was Dr. Manhattan.
Yeah, was Ozymandias.
Wait, what? Ozymandias?
Ozymandias was in that movie. A character named Ozymandias. Then they say that mentioned him in this Prometheus. I mean, mentioned him here in this movie too. Oh, I guess it's time to wrap it up.
It is time to wrap it up. So, I think right now I'm going to get on an Android kick or a robot kick because we want to do Bicentennial Man. Then we want to do.
We always get on some kind of kick that we
do, out. Right? It's really weird.
Yeah, it's like, hey, let's do everything. It's time travel.
Well, I wouldn't say everything. Like right now, I want to do Bicentennial Man. Then I want to get AI, and then by that time,
well, it doesn't matter. We'll be all over. Since we started off this year, we're going to do nothing but space movies. But we've already
suddenly want to do some space movies.
Yeah, we already got away for that.
We did. Yep. Yeah. I thought it was going to be something like all science fiction, but let's go on a kick, and then we'll see everybody on the next one. Thank you. Goodbye. Thank you for tuning in for this episode of Tensai Reviews. If you like what you heard, give us a thumbs up. Follow us on Spotify and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'll see you on the next one.